I think you've realized by now, but with every video, my hair is just gonna become a little bit brighter. Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Merchants and welcome back to Pilot of Life. Now today we're going to be talking about Fortnite. Why? Because it's a trending topic and I want to grow my channel just a little bit. I'm kind of tired of being at this 30s subscriber mark. Like, I've had this channel for ages and I've still not even hit 50. Like, I'm just that bad. Now, to be perfectly honest with this, I don't get it. I don't understand the reasoning why this happens to be sort of trending. In my best understanding, it seems to be an FPS shooter that's been influenced by Overwatch a lot, but I just don't get it. Now, to make things clear, I don't have any issues with people playing the game or if you enjoy the game or whatever. I just don't understand the reason that it tends to be trending. In most things I can understand the reason for trending because it seems to have a very healthy atmosphere, but it kind of just seems repeated.
Hello guys, welcome everyone. It is officially the final week of Fortnite Battle Royale Season 4. And if you didn't know and you haven't been paying attention, the map is changing. We are losing parts of the map, but I also have, and I'm not gonna lie, this is leaked in-game files, information on new themed areas will be added in. We're gonna be landing to kick off this video in the craziest place to land at the moment for the final week of Season 4, which I don't think any of you guys will be able to get it unless you do the challenges, is actually Junk Junction.
It seems I got a bit distracted. Sorry about that. Let's continue. I understand the reason for trending because it seems to have a very healthy atmosphere, but it kind of just seems repeated a bit. And it's not even like too repeated to like the FIFA standard. It's just, you got people that are so into the game that they're just stealing gameplay. Because I know it's a trending topic, like I said, I need more subscribers on my channel. Let me explain why I'm even talking about this subject in the first place. It's not completely just because it's a trending topic, like I keep on mentioning. However, there's a lot of things around the YouTube and social media areas that I don't really understand, whether it be at first or just in general. Like, I didn't understand the whole CSGO craze. Like, I played it a couple times, it didn't really push into me all that much. I don't understand the enjoyability of listening to the modern R&B and pop culture music. I understand the crazes around people like Post Malone and Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran and I both have the same main influence. I'm not gonna say that I belong in different century or I was born in the wrong time or whatever. Like, I don't find the appeal in modern culture. There's something a little bit bland about it, and it feels like a lot of the things in modern culture seem to be copy-pasted. Most of the time, they take one thing and it's a little bit different, not completely different, but it's just a little bit different, and paste it somewhere else, and it just has enough differences in it that it can be passed as something original. And I understand that this has happened before, and it's always happened, and it's always gonna happen, because we have influences, and we have role models, and we have all these different types of things, and different types of people that kind of promote ourselves to become similar to them. But the point is to become similar, not to copy the entirety of the art style and paste it just with a couple of different tweaks. Now, going back to Fortnite, it's not exactly like this, but the way that the community acts about it seems like they're trying to be a copy-paste kind of fan base like FIFA or CSGOs or Overwatches. Like, there's no absolute change to it, and it gets on my nerves, and I don't understand exactly why it bothers me so much, but it burns inside to watch things just not develop. The point of being alive is to develop and adapt and become somewhat different than what we were in the past, but we keep just repeating the same things. And I'm not saying that's completely a bad thing. I'm not saying that whatsoever. What I am saying is that we're not changing. We're kind of just staying in this one zone, and I know that 5-10 years is not a lot of time whatsoever, but really, you don't realize how much you change as a person. Like, whenever I was 8 years old, do you think I was the same person that I am now? Of course not. Yeah, I have some similarities. Yeah, I have some things that or give me a nostalgic factor or something from what I used to do back then, but I'm not the same person. I have developed and I adapted, but we're not doing that. What it means is that we're not changing or developing quickly anymore. We used to, as a race, whenever the 2000s started, we developed technology and we've come really far in it. Like, we've created these different social media platforms to the point that we're able to very easily become in these long distance friendships or relationships or be able to connect to people that we haven't seen in freaking ages. And it's this wonderful, wonderful chain that we've created, but we're not developing it. Kind of just keeping it where it is, and we're not really thankful for having it anymore. Is it completely a bad thing? Probably not. We can consider it a break. Even the Romans had a golden age where they stayed there and slowly developed over time. I know a majority of the people that are going to be watching this video are going to be like, oh no, it's just a game, it's just pop culture, it's just music, it's just this, it's just how I de-stress. And that's understandable, really. I understand that a lot, that it helps and it's nice to be able to stay in this consistent piece that you're able to control. But at the same time, eventually, it's going to become so repeated that you won't like it anymore. The more that you stay in this constant loop, and the more that we, just in general, stay in a constant loop of trying to recycle the exact same people, the exact same fan bases, the exact same everything, we're just going to one day not be able to adapt anymore. We're not going to know how to. To put this in a more humane, everyday example, let's say you have a friend, your best friend. You only majorly talk to this best friend for 2 to 3 years straight, meaning that you don't talk to a lot of people, you don't go out to constantly seek out more people, or spend any time with anybody else, or open up to anybody else, or practice being around anybody else. So you're just around this one person for the majority of time for 2 to 3 years, right? So you have a falling out with this person and they leave your life. In real life, it can be whatever amount of time that it's gonna last, but for the purpose of this example, let's say that they're gone for 6 months to a year. Now, in this time frame, you'll probably be a bit lonely, and the reason for that is because you've adapted into having this one person. You only know how this one person works. You only know how this one person ticks and what to do for this one person, so you don't know how to seek out anybody else. You can try. And trying is how we learn. We learn over time through repetitiveness. You know, if you're not a psychopath or a sociopath, that is. So you have to try to be able to learn. So obviously, you'll be trying, and eventually you'll build up to a point that you'll be able to find someone else. However, after 2 to 3 years of only talking to this one person majorly, then it's gonna be hard because you won't know where to start. So try to find a common ground with somebody based off of what you had with somebody else. Just doesn't work. And you can make the argument that the common ground could be something like, let's say you both like Fortnite, right? But that common ground is not going to resonate the same way with this person as it is with this one. It won't mean the same thing. It won't be the same thing, but you won't know how to take it any other way than the way that this one did with you. Now, where's the issue in all of this? Well, the issue is they're not the same person. They're not the same thing. So you won't know how to act. You won't know how to adapt to this person because you'll constantly be trying to fit the puzzle pieces that made up this person into this one, but they just don't go together. And you'll eventually learn that. You'll eventually learn, hey, these people, these different types of people are not like this one, but you're going to have to try over and over and over again until it finally clicks in your head. That's only the first step. You still have to push farther and farther and farther, and it's just difficult. And the majority of us really cannot go through that. We really cannot push past that point. But we don't realize that by keeping ourselves boxed inside this common thing, instead of changing and trying new things, that it's going to be hard when it's not enough anymore. It's going to be very difficult to just move on because you keep yourself cubed in this tiny little space of feeling safe in a way. We can't build though by doing that, and because of that, it'll become hard to find a new friend. Not even just best friend, but just in general a new person because you're so used to one thing already. And this goes for everything in life. It goes for the way that you style your hair or the way that you look. It goes for your thought process, your insecurities. It goes to just muscle memory in general. And it also goes here because if we keep creating these same people, these same fan bases, and these same ways of looking at just life in general and pop culture in general, and we keep copy pasting with just these tiny little tweaks, then whenever it goes away, we won't know how to react and we just won't be able to adapt anymore. And so it scares me just to look at the culture that we are and to see that the same thing is constantly being repeated. But sadly, in my opinion, the probability of us actually taking this information and making a change is so small that it just bothers me. And that doesn't mean everyone, of course. That doesn't put us all into this substantial kind of group. But the majority of people are not willing to take the risk, not willing to go out of the comfort zone to find something else, to experiment or to try to adapt with different scenarios, different situations, because it's comfortable to stay where we are, because change is scary. I think it scares me, it scares you, it scares everyone because we're human. It's just the way it is. We're terrified by the fact that change is inevitable. It just happens. And we can't do anything about the change. But when we feel like we don't have to change and it's easier to stay in this common practice, in this common ground, in this common place without having to do anything, it's just easier to do it. That's all I've got for you guys today, and I apologize for the out of order kind of upload schedule right now. I'm trying to figure stuff out with it. We had a couple of events happen throughout the past 2 weeks that have delayed my upload date, but I'm gonna try and set something in stone, and whenever I do get it set in stone to a schedule and I know that I can stay consistent with it, I'll let you guys know when to expect me. But that's pretty much it for today. So if you liked the video, please feel free to share it with anybody, your friends, family, grandmothers, anybody, people on the streets, your waiter, something like that. It doesn't matter to me. And if you didn't like the video, please feel free to dislike this video and tell me down in the comments what I could do better about my videos. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the videos, or you just like seeing this face for whatever reason, then please feel free to subscribe. And other than that, I just need to go cool down. See you guys, have a wonderful day.